Hey guys, it's Jay here from Troubleshoot. Welcome back to another video. Tonight we'll be doing my 2022 to 2023 Premier League predictions. So let's just get straight into this. So at last place I've decided to put Bournemouth. Now Bournemouth are a newly promoted side and they're one of the sides that I don't think have made the best signings in the world. They have got two free agents, one from West Ham, one from Blackburn. Joe Rothwell and Ryan Fredericks. I think that's Fredericks. Well, personally, I don't really think they're 100% the best signings. I know Rothwell did quite well in the Championship with about 3 goals and 10 assists, which isn't the worst for a player. But personally, I have no idea what position he plays. So I'm not. He could be a defender for all I know. But he's probably a midfielder or some sort of attacker. I'm going to say midfielder, so I think he could be a bit better. Signed some Marcus guy from Middlesbrough for about 10 million, 11 million pounds or something. So we'll just have to see how well they do. But personally, I do believe that they're going to come 20th in the Premier League. And maybe they could perform in the Championship next season if they go down. Alright, so in bloody 19th place, I've decided to put Southampton. Now, personally, don't think Southampton is the best team, to be honest. They've signed a few players as well, but they're one of those teams that could have a really good start to to a season, and then just overall lose out on for the rest of the season. I mean, this is talking about the team that just lost their 9-0 curse, because sadly Liverpool couldn't do it. But yeah, so I just personally think that even with the signings of Sainz and a few people from like City, like one from Rangers, that's all I know. So personally, I think they're gonna underperform. I think they might throw a few good games out there, but overall, I still think they're going down. All right. The team that I've put 18th is not a Championship side. It was meant to be a Championship side. Leeds United I have put in 18th place. Now, they've lost their best players. They really have. They've lost Rafinha and Phillips. No, one of them went to Barca, and then one of them went to Chelsea. So if that's not saying that that's bad, I think, yeah. They've obviously sent a few people out on loan as well. They've obviously brought some players in to the club for quite a high amount of money. The highest is 30 million, and there's a few like 20 million, 15 million, 10 million signings in there. But personally, I don't think they have a good enough side to actually, win. I think Harrison's gone back to Manchester City. I can't remember if Daniel James was on loan, and I think he was officially bought. But even this, their right back's getting old. Their goalkeeper, I think their goalkeeper needs to move club. And yeah, that's basically all I've got. But going on to the Championship sides, Fulham I've put in 17th place. To be honest, I feel like they're going to be one of those sides who are a bit underappreciated. Yes, they have lost a star man to Liverpool, I believe is Carvalho. Can't speak English, apparently. But overall, I just personally think that they're not going to do too bad, but they're not going to do too good. They have lost quite a lot of players, to be fair, but they did bring in Leno from Arsenal for about £3 million, I think it was. And I think that's a very good signing for them. They definitely need a goalkeeper who can perform, to be honest. Okay, in 16th place, I've put Brentford. Hold on, I need to just get them on the thing. Brentford. Yeah, there we go. Brentford. Now, Brentford was obviously promoted last season, and they didn't do too bad, especially in their first game, actually beating Arsenal. But they've lost players like Christian Eriksen, which is a massive loss for them. But they have brought in Ben Mee, who I personally think is a player that will help them really get into where they need to be. But I don't think it will improve their club entirely to the point where they can start fighting for like Europe or something. So that's why I've decided to put them in 16th place. So 15th place for the last promoted club, I have put Nottingham Forest. Now, I think it was a bit of a weird one, especially when I was actually predicting these myself. But I think Nottingham Forest are a side that hopefully can deliver high expectations for the club. They have signed so many players, so many goddamn players. They signed Lingard on a free. Pretty sure they signed that some Liverpool guy. I can't remember how to pronounce his name. It's like I can't speak, obviously. For quite a bit. They've signed Nico Williams, or they basically just signed our rejects, or just players from his. They've got Dean Henderson on a loan, and I just personally think that this whole Nottingham Forest is going to be a different club now. I feel like they're going to stay in the Premier League for quite a while, because I think they've made some really smart transfers, and yeah. So, a team that I was actually questioning whether I should put here or not, but I have actually decided to put them here. Leicester City. So, Leicester City, hold on, I need to go back to the Premier League. Now, stay here. Leicester City, yeah, they're not the worst side in the world. They've got some few key players, but sadly, Kasper Schmeichel has left for less than £1 million, I do believe. So, he's left to go to the club. I believe Maddison is in rumours with going to a different club. I'm not sure what it is. Jamie Vardy's getting a bit old, and he's going to, maybe not perform as good as he used to, which doesn't leave a big squad for them to deal with. And I just personally think that they're going to do awful this season, and I don't even think they're in any European competitions. So actually, maybe that would help them, but I just think they're going to really massively drop off this season. I'm probably wrong, but hey. Alright, coming to an underdog, I don't know, a team which we didn't expect to do as good as they did last season. We're going to go to Brighton here to put them in 13th place. Now, with Lachlan, if you're watching this, you're probably not happy. But, basically, this side has not really done as many deals as they can. In fact, all they've basically done is sold people. They've got rid of Basuma. I do believe that they're getting rid of Cucurella as well. And that's basically all the star players. They've lost quite a few people to loans. I think 2 actual transfers for about £4 million and an undisclosed deal. And I don't know, they signed 2 players into the squad who I've never heard of. So if Cucurella and Basuma goes, I think they're going to drop off massively. And I just don't think they're going to perform as well as they did last season. Now, here's a weird one. I decided to put Everton in 12th place. Now, the reason I've done that is obviously last season they were also fighting for relegation and managed to literally just get there and pitch invaded. But here is why I think they're going to do good. So, they have lost Richarlison to not to Everton. They went to Spurs for what was it, like £60 million? But they still got Dominic Calvert-Lewin. They've signed Mick Neal from Burnley for about £20 million, also bringing in James Tarkowski on a free. And they also got a loan from Sporting for some guy called Ruben. So I personally think that they've upgraded their squad quite a little bit. And I think with the squad that they've actually got, they've got Pickford to save them. And I just personally think they're actually going to perform quite well for next season. So, yeah. So, coming in at 11th place is Crystal Palace. Now, here's the thing. Crystal Palace is not really got the best team in the world, but I don't think they're going to do bad. I don't really know my reasoning, I'll be completely honest. But I just think they're just going to come 11th place. Just got that feeling. Okay, 10th place, I have decided to put Wolves here. Now, Wolves are not the worst side. They're very defensive. Obviously, they lost to Burnley last season. Talk about that. They have brought in Nathan Collins for about £20 million. And they signed that Hang Hee Chang. Or I don't know how to say his name, to be honest. From, I think it was Leipzig. So, to be honest, they've only really strengthened their squad with one person, obviously signing someone on a permanent deal and then making quite a few transfers out of the club and just a few loan spells. So I just think they're going to come 10th place, to be honest. Just with the signings they've got, they've upgraded the defence. I think Collins is quite a decent defender. I think he would have teared up the Championship if he decided to stay there but he didn't. He's at Wolves in the Premier League. Okay, which position is next? It's ninth place. So I have put Aston Villa at ninth. Personally, they've made some really good signings. Coutinho on a permanent deal for about £20 million. Then they signed Carlos from Seville for about £30 million. They also brought someone called Ludwig on a loan from Seville, and just signed another free agent, and also signed Robin Olensi on a permanent deal. I wish he should have. I wish he was like prime lawyer in that City game. We would have won the league. Obviously, their only really big name transfer out of the club is Matt Targett, who was already out last season. So Steven Gerrard obviously joined in halfway through the season. So we didn't really know exactly what to do with the club. But right now, I think now that he's got time, he's got the entire season. I think he's gonna do very well. And I'm also hoping. I wish Luis Suarez actually went to Aston Villa. God damn. I could have put them way higher up on this list if he had gone there. Okay, coming at 8th place might be a bit of a weird one to you lot, but I'm actually going to put West Ham at 8th place. They've only signed a few people. They signed Areola on a permanent deal, and then signed a few other people for the squad. But I just don't personally think, especially they've lost the GOAT, Mark Noble, to retirement. But I personally just don't think they've got what it takes to challenge anymore. Maybe they do, and especially if they lose Rice as well. I'm not 100% sure. Bowen's obviously quite good as well, so maybe they do. But with the teams that normally get like top 5 and stuff, I just don't personally think they're going to be able to go for stuff. So next in the team, I've just got to find it on here. I have put Newcastle. Which position was this? I put it 7th place. So I think Newcastle is a fantastic side. They've got Nick Pope in, obviously Matt Targett, and Botman, however you say his name, brought them in for quite a large amount of money, about 35 million, about 15 million, about 10 million. So I think this is a very good side. I think they're going to really strengthen, especially with that Bruno player, St. Maximin, and all those people like that. They're a very, very good side. Think they could do maybe with a better strike. I don't think Chris Wood is, well, it's good, to be honest. I haven't really rated him, especially since his move from Burnley. Alright, so this is 6th place, isn't it? Yeah, 6th place. I've actually put Manchester United. Okay, so this is the reason why. Personally saying, I don't really think a new manager is going to affect everything in the first season. Like, come on. When Klopp came to Liverpool, they weren't fighting for Champions League trophies or Premier League trophies immediately. It's going to take a bit of time, in my opinion, at least 3 seasons for this Manchester United squad. Also, Ronaldo really can't be. I don't think Ronaldo wants to be in the club, so I think personally he's not going to try as much as he can. And they also signed Martinez, that Malacia, I don't even know. Is it Michaela? I can't. I'm sorry, I can't speak English. I also don't know names, and terrible with names. And Christian Eriksen on a free. Christian Eriksen is a very good player. He's a little bit old, and you have to be a little bit careful with him. Obviously, he had that stroke, or heart attack, whichever it was. But personally, I just don't think the signings that they've made, one of them's a dwarf. Like, come on, is going to really help, to be honest. And I don't even think the actual squad is that good. I don't think Fernandes is good, McTominay's good, Fred's actually quite decent, Sancho's quite decent, De Gea's very good, good shot stopper, but that's basically all he does. It's not like his distribution's good and stuff, and Wan-Bissaka is awful. Obviously lost quite a lot of players. They lost Cavani, Dean Henderson on loan, but obviously he's only on loan, Jesse Lingard, Matic to Roma, Paul Pogba. They haven't really, done any proper deals to get some money back out of that. So personally, that's why I think they are going to be 6th. Okay, so the club I've decided to put in 5th, I've just got to find them, is Tottenham Hotspurs. So Tottenham Hotspur have signed some very good players. They signed Richarlison, Basuma, and that Ivan Croatian guy from Inter Milan. He was very good in the World Cup quite a while ago. Also got, is it Clement Lenglet? I can't speak, I do apologise. On the loan from Barcelona. So to be honest, they're not going to do that bad. Obviously, Steven Bergwijn has gone out of the club. And I remember him playing against City when I think it was him who came on and scored 2 goals or got a goal and an assist. Our hero. Sadly, it didn't make too much of a difference. But to be honest, I think obviously Spurs got 4th this season, but I do think they are going to drop off just a little bit. Okay, now in 4th place, entering the top 4 Champions League position. In 4th place, it's not Arsenal, it's Chelsea. So Chelsea, I've obviously put into 4th place because personally they've signed 2 major stars, which is Raheem Sterling and Koulibaly, but personally I don't think they've got what it takes. The striker problem is a massive problem. They've never really had it's just Chelsea curse, isn't it? Morata, Torres, Werner, Lukaku. You get the point. There was that other one I can't remember. You get the point. So the strike problem is always good. So they can't really play strikers, so they're going to need to rely on people like Havertz, Mount and Sterling and things. And the defence has kind of left them. I mean, they've lost Rudiger, they've lost Christensen, and, you know, they've just not really got... I don't really think they have the defence, to be honest. Reece James is very good, Mendy's okay. You know what I mean? Like, they've got decent players. Kante's getting a bit older. I personally don't think he was the midfielder he was in, like, 2016. So we'll just see what happens from there. Obviously, Lukaku has gone on a loan spell back to Inter Milan. He's literally the definition of a tourist. Okay. Anyhow, so, in 3rd position, I have put Arsenal. Now, personally thinking they've made some very good signings. They've got Jesus to be their striker role, basically, after Lacazette has left, to Zinchenko for the left-back role, and that's Vino Ferreira from Porto, Matt Turner and Marquinhos. Not the Marquinhos you were thinking. When I saw Marquinhos was signed for Arsenal, I was like, why would you go from PSG to Arsenal? Realised it was a completely different one. Obviously Leno has gone out of the club, Lacazette's out of the club. Basically, you know, they're the big names of Arsenal. So maybe we'll see what happens. I think they are going to do very well, but in the Champions League, if they go into the Champions League, I don't think they're going to perform well. So in 2nd place, obviously, is Manchester City. No, I'm joking. I've actually put Liverpool there. I'm not going to be one of those people that's just like, oh, it's my club, obviously we're going to win. Personally, I love Liverpool so much. We have a fantastic squad, but I don't personally think that we're going to win the league, especially with City and them buying it. So, we have signed Darwin Núñez for about, it was like 80 million, 60 million, I can't actually remember the exact profit. Carvalho and Calvin Ramsey. Ramsey's not going to touch the pitch a lot. I don't know about Carvalho, but I know that Darwin Núñez will be rotated between him and Jota, especially for the big price we spent on him. Obviously, Sadio Mane still hurts, is out the club to Bayern Munich. I wish you the best of luck. Nico Williams has left the club. Minamino, one of our cup heroes. And Divock Origi, God, that does hurt as well. Ben Davies, who actually never played a single game for us, so I wasn't too mad about that. A few players gone on a free, people like Karius and Williams is also out of the club. So that means the winners of the 2022 to 2023 Premier League is Manchester City, I think anyway. Erling Haaland and Calvin Phillips has joined. I don't think Calvin Phillips is going to really touch the pitch a lot next season. It's going to be Rodri for quite a while. How old is Rodri? Because depending on how old he is, Calvin Phillips might be... He's only 26. Ooh, that's a weird transfer. But maybe he'll start playing him just central midfielder when Kevin De Bruyne retires. To be honest, after watching Kevin De Bruyne in that Community Shield, I don't know. Let's hope he forms like that all season. He's getting a bit old. Obviously losing some quite big names. They've lost Raheem Sterling, Jesus, Zinchenko. They've also got Pedro Porro out to Sporting, who I thought was actually going to replace Kyle Walker. and Zach Steffens has gone on a loan. Guess they weren't happy with his performance. But yeah, so that's basically my video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you drop down your Premier League predictions and who you think is going to win the league. I'm rooting for you, Liverpool. Please prove me wrong in this video. Sheep out.